And so this one's all about how to avoid the number one mistake 99% of players make with shooting. Dustin, you've seen it. You've done PGC sessions for a long time. Rudy, you as well. You both coached at a high level. We've all been there and seen this thing. And it's the lack of deliberate practice, which is the main mistake. And so, Dustin, is it okay if I come to you first and we'll go deliberate practice? What is that in your mind? And where do you see players fall short? Why does it matter so much? Take that wherever you want.
Yeah, I think deliberate practice it's a coined term from Daniel Coyle in the book, what was it? Not the culture code, the talent code. And essentially the idea is taking a skill, putting deliberate time and focus and energy into one little thing, almost mastering the mundane, if you will, and then building from that place. What's so hard about shooting, and I know that these two would agree with this as well, is you're by yourself a lot, meaning like you're in a gym, there's no one else around. But to be great at anything, the price of doing business with the gods is solitude. And if you want to be great in any realm of life, especially in the game of basketball, there are times where you need to be mastering the boring by yourself in a gym. Damian Lillard's line was like, I think it was Muhammad Ali's line first, but he would say, I won the fight long before we danced under these lights. And meaning he mastered the mundane and the darkness before. And so shooting, the deliberate practice is positioning of the toes, consistent follow through near the rim, getting the body to shoot in rhythm. It's these boring things that you spend more and more time on. So Rudy or Kyle, you want to build on that?
Yeah, Rudy, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just drop in the chat here. Very well put, Dustin. I agree with everything you just said. You know, we got the old Wooden quotes that I always throw in there for athletes as well. John Wooden, legendary coach at UCLA, had a quote, "Don't mistake activity for achievement." And so just a lot of players go out there, and that's the part that kills me. It's actually where I have a heart for young players that really want to do the right thing, but they spend all these hours in the gym, all this time, this blood, sweat, and tears, all this energy, and they're not getting the results they want, not due to effort, but due to intentionality. And they're just not deliberate. They're not working on the things that actually translate to games. They're working on skills that they don't actually use or don't actually need very frequently. And so they put all this time in and then they don't get the results they want. And it just makes me sad. And so I think this right here that we've talked about kind of hit on a lot of these different pieces, but they're on your focus kind of like point one, right? Like once you figure out what you need to do, what actually, you know, is going to what do your workouts replicate in terms of what you do in actual games? If you can make sure that your workouts simulate what you're actually going to do in games and you rep those things out, then as you get better, you're actually going to lead to in-game translation. And so don't mistake activity for achievement. Make sure that you're working on those small things like Dustin said. And if you can just be a little bit more deliberate, there's, you know, other quotes like measure twice, cut once. If you spend a couple hours today creating your workout plan for the next 2 months, you'll be so much more efficient over the hours and hours and hours that you're going to put in, just by putting a little bit more intentionality, a little bit more deliberateness behind what you're doing right now. And so that's just what I would say. It's just don't mistake activity for achievement.
And with the deliberate practice, this is from the book as well. You're trying to build what's called the golden second. The golden second in any sport is that aha moment when things start to click. Oh, that's how I get the ball there efficiently. That's how I pick the ball up from the right side of my body with a hezzy pull-up. But basically, to get to that spot, you got to do things slow. Slow equals smooth, smooth equals fast. And that's exactly like, that's what Rudy's saying, is that's how you get those 1 second aha moments.
Yeah, really, and it's something very specific that you can do. I call it 5-minute prep, okay? I do this a lot of times when I'm like going to work out, is I get an index card, and I just wrote 5-minute prep up here. And there's 2 things that I do on it. It's a little hard to see it, but there we go. I put the what, so what I'm gonna do. So for your shooting workout, what are you gonna do? Well, I'm gonna do my 10 shots from 5 spots. I'm being very basic right now, but let's just assume that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna also then put my focus, and my focus is really my intention. So I'm going to focus in this workout on my footwork, right? So it's my fast feet, it's getting a tilted footprint, and it's 2 things: 5-minute prep, what am I doing, and basically how am I going to do it? If you spend 5 minutes doing that before a workout, which most of us never do, most of us just get to the gym. And when we get to the gym, we just go, all right, so what should we do today? Right? You've been there, I've been there. And I think that's what separates really okay shooters from really great shooters is they do a 5-minute prep, put some intentional thought to it, write it down on paper, have it in their pocket. And during the workout, it's either in their pocket or on the bleachers, they just take a quick peek at this. Then they go back out and it's more focused training. It's deliberate training. It will accelerate your improvement to becoming a great shooter.